I feel like I'm getting washed out on Facebook right here. Let's do that instead. Let's do that instead. Hey everybody, how are we doing today? It is a lovely hot day. Sorry, I thought I heard one of the boys going. It's a lovely hot day today here in Colorado Springs. I don't know where you are. I'm just fixing the camera to show you guys can see me better. It is so good to see you guys today. How is everybody doing? I want to hear some wins in the comments below. If you are here, hashtag I'm here. If you are getting in on the replay, hashtag replay. I'm just going to get my coffee in my hand because it's needed today. We had a long morning already, but I feel like the mornings go really fast. And I don't know why they do. I think the summertime, the mornings are like, whoosh, and the afternoons are like, let's go as slow as possible. And that's when it's like the hardest part of the day, the hottest part. But finished a workout this morning. I have been actually feeling really good with the workouts. There's some days last week that have been absolutely crazy and hard to focus, but today and this week have been all right. I'm on top of it again. I'm back to work. I did not work out last week. I still worked out, but seeing that they were hard to focus and I was just all over the place. Sometimes my weeks and my days just don't add up sometimes, so that just makes it a little bit harder. What is going on? So today I wanted to talk about something a little bit, I honestly didn't know what to talk about today, but I did have something planned, right? I had something planned and I was going to bring some value, which I always love to bring you guys. I love to help you learn. I love to show you who I am, who I truly am, who I actually am as a person, and let you know, like, as a personal trainer, as a parent, as a husband, as a homeowner, as a 35-year-old, as somebody who has been in the Air Force, who, like, I have done a lot, even though sometimes it feels like I have not. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is making your old self leave. Yes, your old self is still who you are, and it will forever be who you will be, and will forever remind you of where you came from and how much you've done and where it is you were and where you are now. So seeing as to where I was and doing so much more now, as a father of two, as a husband to the most beautiful woman I know, and just wanting to let that old person go, or shall I say, the old thought process go. Yes, now some days you and we all can say that our old self, or the person that we still are, is still not allowing us to continue to move forward, right? So, that being said, it's hard some days as a parent, because I am one that stays home. I'm a full-time dad at home. I watch my kids, and then I also work on my business. And some days it is like emotionally draining. Other days it's super easy and chill. Like today, it's like, all right, I'm getting some stuff done. And then you feel all of a sudden like those days where you're like, man, I feel good, I'm doing great. And then all of a sudden you have like 5 days of what the heck is happening, right? I know some of you can relate to this, and some of you, if you aren't relating as a parent, you can probably relate to this in general. As some weeks, I just feel like I don't want to do anything. Like I just need that rest, right? And that's exactly what it is. Is I am a workaholic. I do like to work a lot. I like to make sure my clients are taken care of, but I also use that as an excuse. As no, I can't take any days off. And my wife would always tell me, Isaac, you need to take some time off. And then my clients are telling me, you need to take some time off. And so, with that being said, too, is finding that fine line, right? Of the person you were developed to be. I was developed to be like, I was instilled, I have to be a hard worker. I have to work. I have to always work. I have to always be doing something. But isn't that just a little bit toxic, right? We're always needing to have that toxic work, and we have to always be doing something. We can't just sit down, kind of relax, and just, you know what, I'm going to take some time for myself, because that feels wrong. Like, oh man, God forbid you have some time for yourself, and you're taking time for yourself. Then the guilt comes, like, oh, well, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But then at that point, you're also reminded, no, and this is okay. So remember that old self is telling you to do all these things, but you know you'll get it done. It's just also telling you that you're also valuing your own time these days, and at this time and point in time in your life, you value a little bit more self-care, right? You value a little bit more of those paces where you're like, I am relaxed. I need this. And some days you just need a mental health day. Like, seriously, just mental health is super important, not only in your fitness journey, but in life in general. Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. The afternoon's already here. Good. They're doing well. They're just upstairs. Tiana's working from home today. Yeah. How's Isabella? Oh, good. Well, it's good to see you. We'll have to get some time and get together. Have a good day. Sorry, I'm saying hi to my neighbor. But with that all being said, is my old self still haunts me today and tells me, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. You have to stay busy. You cannot allow yourself time. You have to just keep going. In general, yes. But there are times when I'm going to allow myself a break. So sometimes I wake up early in the morning just to sit on the couch. I just want to watch TV and not have to worry about work, not have to worry about the kids waking up. If my wife is there, we can actually have some time to ourselves and just sit there together, talk in the morning, have a cup of tea or coffee, have some breakfast together. The kids are still asleep. We finally are able to do that, and then I don't have to say, oh man, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done. I will get it done because I already have that scheduled and I have that self-care scheduled. So yes, my self-care every day is working out, because I obviously need to work out to be able to accommodate for clients and say, you know what, this is what I do, but I also want you to learn from me and say, you are supposed to work out. You are supposed to do this. How are you going to get to your goal if you don't do these things? But how am I going to speak to you guys if I don't do these things, right? No one's perfect, and especially not me. But I also want you guys to know that as personal trainers, we work on these things too. We are always trying to learn something new. We are always trying to be our best version of ourselves, just like we preach to you every single day. I love changing lives. And if this video, me of myself, being a little bit more vulnerable with you guys, saying how much I am doing or what I need to do, I want you to realize that we're the same. We're in the same boat, and we're going to deal with it together, right? I love you too, Brian. Thank you so much for coming in here and listening today. I really do appreciate you. Every one of you, I appreciate all of your support. But today it was a little bit more weighing on my heart and my soul, just to share a little bit more about me and struggles that I used to have. Yes, I used to be very heavy. Yes, I used to I used to be active. I mean, I'm still active, but I used to be active in different ways and a little less active, and then gain weight, lost weight, gain weight, lost weight. So there's always something that happens, but you learn from those things, right? You learn from your old self that you don't need to be that person that has to keep working all the time, but you can allow yourself a little bit of grace and say, you know what, I can do this and I can do it later, right? So it's not the end of the world if I don't get it done right at this moment, and I still have to deal with that, because my hours as a personal trainer usually are really early in the morning and then later in the evening. But how late is late, right? Is it 7 or 8 o'clock? At 8 o'clock, I don't. I just stop at 8 o'clock, because I want to be the best version that I can be and be able to provide you with as much content and real scenarios and how to be able to deal with things on a personal level as a real human being rather than you seeing me and everything is perfect, which it is totally not. You see me with my kids in here, they're on the iPad. If I can't say, um, if I use my kids as an excuse, then I'm allowing my kids to think that they are the issue, right? That they are someone that is hindering me from my goals, which in general they're just kids, right? They shouldn't be feeling that way. So I've learned to really own in and say, you know what, I'm going to be a dad first, obviously, but I'm also going to be a good personal trainer and owner, business owner. So I'm always learning. I always have to change my schedule. My work schedule is always changing, you guys. So I don't know if you, as a busy entrepreneur or just busy in general, that one week or 1 month your schedule is doing really well, and then all of a sudden the next month you're like, what the heck is happening? Like nothing's running the way it used to. Then you just change it up. You just go with the flow, and that's what I've learned to do is, you know, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna try and work during the day instead of saving it all for the evening when I used to do, and I would just be stressed out because I had to get so much done in a little amount of time that I couldn't. The kids would always bother me, and now it's been a struggle, but I don't want to use them as an excuse. So now I just work. You know what? They're here with me. They're getting used to me doing things like this, so they're able to see me saying, you know what? My dad can work. He's also watching me, making sure I'm okay. He's also taking care of us. He's also cooking for us. He's also cleaning. He's also being a dad. He's also being with mom. He's also doing all these things. And sometimes I feel like that they think that I'm a superhero, which I'm okay with, but I can't live up to all of that expectation, right? You can't live up to all that expectation that they're thinking of. And a lot of people think of you like that, like, whoa, he's doing all this, but you're not seeing everything that I have been through, right? There are times where I'm just like in the shower, just like kneel down and what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna get through this? Starting my business wasn't easy. It was a huge struggle. It was something where I'm thinking, how are you going to get from next month to this month? And sometimes, at first, it was very stressful, right? But I knew that this was something weighing on my heart that I was going to be passionate about. I was going to deliver so much more value to everybody. And I can help you. I can help whoever's next to you. I can help your family member. I can help my family members on such a big, wide range of fitness, of nutrition, of self-care, of mindset changing. There's so many things that I'm able to help you at one time. But then having kids and then being really busy, sometimes it weighs on you and it's like brand new thing, right? It's so scary to fail. It is so scary to fail. My old self would have been saying, don't do it, don't do it. Just stick to the easy stuff. Just go to work, go work out, and then just come back home. But then it wasn't that easy. Something would always change. Then I wouldn't work out. It wasn't consistent, right? Then something else would change. Then I couldn't handle it at that time. But now I know that me leaving my 100-hour-a-week job that I love doing because I was changing so many lives at one time, but I wasn't valued enough there and I wasn't appreciated. And it was a very toxic gym situation that I couldn't be around. That me as a personal trainer that is very positive and want to make sure that every person I touch, I'm not going to be negative towards them. I don't want to hear that a gym is talking poorly about them or the owners are talking poorly about them and making fun of them because they're a little heavier set and they're going to the gym. That's the gym I used to work for. That was so negative, but my old self would have said, just stay there. It's easy. But I couldn't. There was so much negative. There's so many negative vibes. There's so many negative energy there. And then it was weighing on me, holding it in. And at that point, my kids, I was having them there at the gym with me, but I wasn't able to see them. But I'm here, I'm working on my own business. If I wouldn't have taken the leap and had the support of my amazing wife, and who still always supports me, number one, and my kids support me, I want them to see that yes, it's hard to be, to, let me say this in another way, it's hard work to work on something that you believe so much about, that you believe that you can change someone's life in fitness, because fitness changed my life. Like, it turned my life around. I was depressed. I was totally and utterly disappointed in myself every time I look at myself in the mirror. I just could not stand who the person I was becoming, because I was so overweight. I was not confident. I couldn't fit in my clothes the way I wanted to. Of course, I still have those days where you like look in the mirror and you're like, ugh, I wish I could just fix this, just do this. No, I don't, because then I wouldn't work as hard as I'm working right now, and I wouldn't be as proud as I am right now, because I am working out so hard. That old self can go, right? Right? The old self can go. So if it's something that scares you because it is something that you feel like you might fail, do it anyways. Because you're just going to learn from it, right? I failed, and then I'm like, you know what? That didn't work. Let's do something else. Failed maybe at that one. All right, let's change it up. Let's see what worked on that, and then what didn't work, and then bam, change it again. So then I had a mentor. And then at that point, they showed me even more. They gave me so much more value and was able to help instill that I'm able to come live on here, you guys. This is, at first, this is freaking scary coming on here. You're like, I'm talking to a camera, but you're not. I'm talking to all of you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I just love talking and being able to interact with you in a different way. And this is where I can do that. I can do that. I'm just here talking with you on the phone, just like your friend would, right? I just want you to realize that old version, that old self-talk that you're still hearing and you're afraid to fail, it's scary. You might fail, but the only thing that I want you not to do is to give up. Because I didn't give up. Yes, there's a lot of trials. There's a lot of things that come with starting your own business, or starting your fitness journey for the first time, or learning what worked better for you. I'm that person that is going to say, you know what, it looks like 3 days a week. You know what, 2 days a week may be better for you right now because your schedule is so intense that at least with 2 days, that doesn't sound like you're overwhelmed, right? 2 days of working out, that doesn't sound like you're overwhelmed. And with the meal plan, I want you to choose 2 meals, and I want you to make those for 3 meals out of the day. 3 meals out of the week, I mean, right? So if you start with those 2, you're like, oh, okay, you gave me 6 meals, I only have to make 2 of them? Way better. And then you build on that. So just like I told my old self, I want you to go. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue on this path, even if it feels like I'm not getting anywhere. But I know that I'm helping you. I'm helping even myself. I'm helping my kids. I'm helping my wife. I'm helping others be able to know that they can see me fail. And they're also going to see me get back up. And they're also going to see me fail again. I fail all the time. Working out, some days the schedule just doesn't change, or the schedule changed up. I usually have a schedule, all right, I'm going to work, the kids aren't up. And then guess what? It's 5 in the morning and the kids get up. So I usually just don't even put that in there. And I'm like, all right, so I get up at this time. Let me start doing something. And then, oh, the kids are up. Let me go grab them real quick, bring them down, get them breakfast, and then I take a break from working, right? But I didn't fail. I didn't stop. I just, hey, what do you guys need? How you doing? It's so good to see you this morning. How'd you sleep? And then just work through with whatever you have. I used to think that I have to stop. Oh, I can't do anymore. Some days I can't. If I'm really trying to get a message out to you, I forget where I am because I'm like, all right, kids got hurt or they're arguing next to me or they're saying something to me or yelling at me. It's some days it's like I'll be right back, and then some days I'll be right back. Just 1 second, because some days it's just like I'm gonna pull out my hair, and then other days it's like okay, my hair's pulled out enough. I'm just gonna chill and go back in there. And usually, if I do work out, and I know that I've been consistent with working out, that's where my energy doesn't go into the kids. It goes into the workout, and I'm exhausted. So I'm just like, all right, kids, what's going on? We don't want to do that. Let's not do that. It's not kind, right? So then you have to find different ways. But I failed, then that's where I learned. And then I failed again, that's where I learned. You fail once, you fail twice, you fail 1,000 times, but then you also learn from what you failed from, right? And I was able to get help from a mentor. I was able to get help. I have 6 mentors, and they have more coaches that I'm able to learn different ways from. And that has helped me see so much more difference in who I am becoming, right? So I want you to be able to tell your old self that you want to work on yourself. You're not going to let yourself quit. Yes, you may fail. Yes, you may not be 100 every single day. Yes, you may feel like you want to quit. But I'm asking you and I'm telling you don't, because there's so much more out there for you. There's so much more opportunity out there for you. There's so many things that you're going to be able to grow from because you have done this. I just want to thank you so much for being here and listening to me rant. But I hope that this helped you. And if someone is struggling through the same thing where they feel like they may fail or that they're going to quit, I want you to send this video. Hopefully that they can learn from my little story here that it's okay if you fail. And it's okay that you want to give up. And it's okay that you are scared. But as long as you just keep going, even when the time and even gets harder and harder and harder, that you just keep going. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I hope that this helped you. Thank you so much for joining in on the replay or today on the live. Bye, everybody. I love you so much. Peace. I think it's because I need a second. It's just too much. Where is it?